divisions of the descendants of Aaron. The sons of Aaron were Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died before their father did, and they had no sons, so Eleazar and Ithamar served as priests, with the help of Zadok, a descendant of Eleazar, and Ahimelech, a descendant of Ithamar. David separated them into divisions for their appointed order of ministering. A large number of leaders were found among the leaders' descendants than among Ithamar's, and so they were divided accordingly: 16 heads of families from Eleazar's descendants and 8 heads of families from Ithamar's descendants. They divided them impartially by casting lots, for there were officials of the sanctuary and officials of God among the descendants of both Eleazar and Ithamar. The scribe of Shemaiah, son of Nathaniel, a Levite, recorded their names in the presence of the king and of the officials: Zadok the priest, Ahimelech, son of Abiathar, and the heads of families of the priest, and of the Levites, one family being taken from Eleazar, and then one from Ithamar. The first lot fell to Jehoiarib, the second to Jediah, the third to Haram, the fourth to Seoram, the fifth to Amachjah, the sixth to Majamin, the seventh to Hakaz, the eighth to Abijah, the ninth to Jeshua, the 10th to Shechaniah, the 11th to Elishib, the 12th to Jachim, the 13th to Uba, the 14th to Jeshibib, the 15th to Bilgah, the 16th to Immer, the 17th to Ezer, the 18th to Abibezez, the 19th to Pethathiah, the 20th to Jehiel, the 21st to Jachin, the 22nd to Gamul, the 23rd to Delilah, and the 24th to Amaziah. This was their appointed order of ministering when they entered the temple of the Lord, according to the regulations prescribed for them by their ancestor Aaron, as the Lord, the God of Israel, had commanded him. As for the rest of the descendants of Levi, from the sons of Amram, Shubal; from the sons of Shubal, Judea. As for Rababiah, from his sons, Isaiah was the first. From the Izerites, Shelomoth; from the sons of Shelomoth, Jahath; the sons of Hebron, Jeriah the first, Amariah the second, Jahaziel the third, and Jechamarim the fourth. The sons of Uzziah, Micah; from the sons of Micah, Shemer, the brother of Micah, Ishiah; from the sons of Ishiah, Zechariah; the sons of Merari, Mali, and Mushi; the sons of Josiah, Beno; the sons of Merari; from Josiah, Beno, Shoham, Zucker, and Ibra; from Malai, Eleazar, who had no sons; from Kish, the son of Kish, Jeremiah; and the sons of Mushi, Amalar, Eder, and Jeremoth. These were the Levites, according to their families. They also cast lots, just as their relatives, the descendants of Aaron, did, in the presence of King David and of Zadok, Ahimelech, and the heads of families of the priests and of the Levites. The families of the oldest brother were treated the same as those of the youngest. David, together with the commanders of the army, set apart some of the sons of Asaph, Herman and Jeduthun, for the ministry of prophecy, accompanied by harps, lyres, and cymbals. Here is the list of the men who performed this service. From the sons of Asaph, Zachar, Joseph, Nethaniah, and Azarellah. The sons of Asaph were under the supervision of Asaph, who prophesied under the king's supervision. As for Jeduthun, from his sons, Gedaliah, Zuri, Jehoiada, Shimi, Hashabai, and Mattathiah, 6 in all, under the supervision of their father Jeduthun, who prophesied using the harp and thanksgiving. Heman and his sons, Bukiah, Mattaniah, Aziel, Shibiel, and Jeremoth, Hananiah, Hanani, Eliathah, Gadadlah, Ramadah, Ezer, Jochebed, Malathi, Hothar, and Mahazlah. All of these were sons of Herman, the king's seer. They were given him through the promises of God to exalt him. God gave Herman 14 sons and 3 daughters. All these men were under the supervision of their father for the music of the temple of the Lord with cymbals, lyres, and harps for the ministry at the house of God. Asaph, Jeduthun, and Herman were under the supervision of the king along with their relatives, all of them trained and skilled in music for the Lord. They number 288, young and old alike, teacher as well as student cast lots for their duties. The first lot, which was for Asaph, fell to Joseph, his sons and relatives, the second to Gedaliah, him and his relatives and sons, the third to Zachar, his sons and relatives, the fourth to Isri, his sons and relatives, the fifth to Nethaniah, his sons and relatives, the sixth to Bukiah, his sons and relatives, the seventh to Jesarela, his sons and relatives, the eighth to Jeshaiah, his sons and relatives, the ninth to Mattaniah, his sons and relatives, the 10th to Shimei, his sons and relatives, the 11th to Azarel, his sons and relatives, the 12th to Hashabiah, his sons and relatives, the 13th to Shabiel, his sons and relatives, the 14th to Mattathiah, his sons and relatives, the 15th to Jeremoth, his sons and relatives, the 16th to Hananiah, his sons and relatives, the 17th to Joshbekashah, his sons and relatives, the 18th to Hananiah, his sons and relatives, the 19th to Malathi, his sons and relatives, the 12th to Eliab, his sons and relatives, the 21st to Hothar, his sons and relatives, the 22nd to Gidalti, his sons and relatives, the 23rd to Maaziah, his sons and relatives, the 24th to Romamiti, Ezer, his sons and relatives. The divisions of the gatekeepers from the Korahites, Meshemalemiah, son of Kor, one of the sons of Asaph. Meshelemiah had sons, Zechariah the firstborn, Jediel the second, Zebediah the third, Jethniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Johanan the sixth, and Elhanani the seventh. Obed-Edom also had sons, Shemaiah the firstborn, Jehozabad the second, Joah the third, Zechar the fourth, Nathaniel the fifth, Amiel the sixth, Isaacar the seventh, and Pelothai the eighth, for God had blessed Obed-Edom's son Shemaiah also had sons who were leaders in the father's family because they were very capable men. The sons of Shemaiah, Othni, Raphael, Obed, and Azobad, his relatives, Alahu, and Semachiah were also able men. All these were descendants of Obed-Edom. They and their sons and their relatives were capable men with the strength to do work. Descendants of Obed-Edom, 62 in all. Meshelemiah had sons and relatives who were able men, 18 in all. Hosea the Merarite had sons, Shimri the first, although he was not the firstborn, his father had appointed him the first. Hilkiah the second, Tabaliah the third, and Zechariah the fourth. The sons and relatives of Hosea were 13 in all. The divisions of the gatekeepers through their leaders had duties for ministering in the temple of the Lord, just as their relatives had. Lots were cast for each gate according to their families, young and old alike. The lot for the east gate fell to Shelemiah. Then lots were cast for his son Zechariah, a wise counselor, and the lot for the north gate fell to him. The lot for the south gate fell to Obed-Edom, and the lot for the storehouse fell to his sons. The lots for the west gate and the Sheleketh gate on the upper road fell to Shopam and Hosea. Guard was alongside of guard. There were 6 Levites, a day on the east, 4 a day on the north, 4 a day on the south, and 2 at the time at the storehouse. As for the count to the west, there were 4 at the road and 2 at the count itself. These were the divisions of the gatekeepers, who were descendants of Korah and Meraiah. Their fellow Levites were in charge of the treasuries of the house of God and the treasuries for their dedicated things. The descendants of Laden, who were Gershonites through Laden, and who were heads of families belonging to Laden the Gershonite, were Jehiel, the sons of Jehiel, Zetham and his brother Joel. They were in charge of the treasuries of the temple of the Lord. From the Amramites, the Izharites, the Hebronites, and the Israelites, Shebelah, descendant of Gershom, son of Moses, was the official in charge of the treasuries. His relatives through Eliezer, Rehabiah, his son, Sheshiah, his son, Joram, his son, Zechri, his son, and Shalamith, his son. Shalamith and his relatives were in charge of all the treasuries for the things dedicated by King David by the heads of families, who were the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds, and by the other army commanders some of the plunder taken in battle they dedicated for the repair of the temple of the Lord, and everything dedicated by Samuel the seer, and by Saul son of Kish, Abner son of Ner, and Joab son of Zeruiah, and all the other dedicated things were in the care of Shelomith and his relatives. From the Izharites, Hananiah and his sons were assigned duties away from the temple as officials and judges over Israel. From the Hebronites, Hashabiah and his relatives, 1,700 able men were responsible in Israel, west of the Jordan, for all the work of the Lord and for the king's service. As for Hebronites, Jeriah was their chief according to the genealogical records of their families. In the 40th year of David's reign, a search was made in the records, and capable men among the Hebronites were found at Jazer and Gilead. Jeriah, 2,700 relatives who were able men